Today we're going to assemble a Packard 1939-40 Super 8 DeLuxe Banjo horn ring. I'm John Ulrich, Packard Parts. I make about 70 parts that no one else has unless they get them from me. And I make parts for this to put this wheel together. I've not done one of these before, so this will be a first for me. All the cars I've ever owned that had one of these wheels in it worked fine. I never had to take it apart. And all the other cars that I parted out that may have had one of these wheels was missing parts or broken. This is the horn button wire. It is 66 inches long. It has this fiber washer in the back and this spring and this little part on the front that contacts the cup and powers the horn button. This is the other end of it. 1939-40 plastic was just starting to come in, and it really wasn't all that stable. This is an original button. It's got a crack here and one thing, but what happens is they they warp and they shrink. And this is the bezel it fits into, and this is what happens when they get old. New plastic is made by Levine's Restorations. They're on the web, and you can get a new piece of plastic. They look beautiful. They look just like this. And this is the button, all set to go. Okay, next. This is the reproduction bezel that I make. It's same as this was the pattern for it. Putting the plastic in the bezel, originally the piece would go in like this, and they had these three little, you can't hardly see them, these three little pieces that would catch on this little spur that's sticking in there, and that would be like fingers to hold it in place. That doesn't really work anymore because if you've got a used button, or if you're reusing this thing, after the first time it's usually wiped out. So the way we do them nowadays is put the plastic in and use an epoxy, a two-part epoxy. When I put the horn button in here, I use ordinary clothespins to hold it in place. And I epoxied in between, let it set up, and the next day I finished doing that. The contact piece presses in here, and that's what this, I think I did that already, but this is where that'll go, like that. Unlike the button in my other video on the junior buttons, this one, it doesn't seem, the three dogs here are all symmetrical. They're all in the same place. So you really have to watch when you put this in there, because it could go in a different way. And if you don't get it in correctly, you'll have the horn button, the center part, or like that. And we want it to be like that. It's not that big a deal in the sense that these two holes do line up with those two, so I'll use a Dremel tool later to cut another one of these little slots in like that, where it belongs, and you won't even see it when you put when the medallion goes on there for keeps. Now, I did not put the medallion on this and finish this off because eventually this piece will get painted to be the same color as that. So you don't want it to look Neapolitan. You just want it to look what it is. So I didn't attach that piece on it for that reason. So to index the spoke with the medallion, this will be the downside on the straight spoke. Goes like that, and like that, and see how the holes are straight up and down? That's the way it's supposed to be. and then the medallion will push through there, and you could bend the tabs and you're all done. When you hold the horn button like this, you should have, underneath these fingers, you should have about a 1/16 of an inch or 3/32 of clearance in here. This one, you can see that the spoke is right up against it. This one, let's see, this one is, one more time. Oh, come on. This one is short, and when you put it all the way up, it makes contact. And it makes noise no matter where you put it. You're not even touching the rim, and it's making noise. So, and you can see in this one, the fingers are right on the cup. So what I'll try to do here is I'll probably take the copper cup off this one and put it in the lathe and take a little bit of material off there and get this to work. But this one works as it is. So there we go. Where does that go? Now, this is the horn ring with the rubber gasket. You can see it sticks up about, a 1/16, maybe 3/32 above. And the rubber should be kind of pliable. I think something off a wetsuit or something like that. This is off a yoga mat, but it's about the right cush. You don't want it to be too stiff or too soft. If it's too soft, it'll rattle, and going down the road it'll rattle and you'll start honking. And if it's too stiff, you probably bend these things. It's a pretty fragile piece of pot metal. So this is probably a good idea to a little bit of grease here and there. Let it move a little smoothly. Okay, so this is the horn ring going on. It'll sit right in there. Straight spoke goes towards you. This area up here doesn't have a spoke in it, so you can see all the gauges as clearly as you can. Next up goes the horn button with the contact on the back ready to go, and it'll go on like this. So we know that's going to work. And it's kind of rough to get these screws in here. The screws are pretty small, and they're kind of hard to put in. They go in from the back here and hold the bezel to the wheel. They should be Packard used a straight slot screw. They should have used a Phillips screw because at least the Phillips could find the center. But I couldn't find any of these screws with a Phillips head that were small enough to go in this hole in the back. But there's 3 of them, and when those screws are in, and it's tightened up, and you're ready to go. So here's the Packard crest that's going to go right here, and 2 of the holes line up, and 2 of them do not. So I'm gonna mark these where they need to go, and I'll use a Dremel tool to make a hole just like that over here and over here. This will go on, and then you'll bend these tabs over. I don't want to do it now because these tabs only have so many times of being bent before they don't want to do it anymore, and and you have to go to the silicone trick that I showed earlier. So that's pretty much what you have. So that's I reproduced the rubber gasket, the horn wire, and the ring. And LevinesRestoration.com, they make the plastic horn button and a lot of other parts, a lot of other plastic parts for 40, 41 Packards and beyond. And that's it for today. John Ulrich, Packard Parts. Give me a call if you need something. Bye-bye.